Let's turn this light on. I just realized that I didn't have this light on. I actually don't know if I have this light even set up right. But we're going to find out. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. Whatever. We'll just leave it like that. We're here. We're doing a goddamn live stream. I feel like it's been 6 months since we've done a live stream. It's all weird and everything's all out of whack. But hopefully everybody's well here at our new time, our new live stream time. And I also got a teleprompter. So I'm looking at the chat in the teleprompter. Stephen Jackson, good evening. It's a little bit hard to read. Timmy, what's going on? Yeah, this is our new time. So this is the new 4 p.m. Monday weekly live stream. We were supposed to do it last week, but I actually had a doctor appointment scheduled that I forgot about. Ended up getting an MRI on my knee, which is pretty good. You know, MRIs are always good. Thankfully it was okay, sorta. You know, I kind of wished it was torn. They could have told me something was wrong. They didn't. Ben Lawton, good evening. Porter, it's Monday. Jose, what's good? Glad to see you back. Yeah, there was a bunch of just weird scheduling things that happened. That's all. NG, hello from Honolulu, Hawaii. Rolo, I was going to talk about Portugal and I totally forgot to get any of it ready. I just saw you say Lisbon and I'm like, oh man. Totally forgot. We can talk about some stuff though, certainly. Let's go, let's just pull up my notes and then we can go down a list of things. I did find this the other day. We'll just probably start off with probably the most interesting thing. We're gonna go click this button right here. And then, what am I looking for? HK loader. Found this the other day on Google patent search. HK Army have a new patent for some new loader. They apparently won or are getting or whatever, applying for a camera hopper system. So you can kind of see in there, if I pause this slideshow real fast, if we go back one, the whole front of the loader, all that patent stuff, you can kind of see they put that GoPro just kind of on top of the tray. I assume that's for illustration purposes. A GoPro will not fit in the front of this thing. It's just kind of showing ideas or, maybe what could happen. But they definitely have a patent. And what are my notes on this thing? There's some actual spots. So we can see this hinge door thing. So in this figure 150, they actually have that for an LCD screen or any type of screen. They could put an OLED screen on the back of there. They could put, like an LED screen or not LED. They're probably not going to put an LED screen. OLED, LCD, something like that. A screen. And then on the front there, that is the front of the actual hopper. So that 130 is actually a window so that the hopper, your camera or whatever, could see out the front of the hopper. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I obviously film a bunch of paintball stuff, so I'd be very interested to see what happens here. Although, camera stuff is much more complicated than making paintball stuff. So, camera technology, making sure you get all the code working correct so it actually gets a good image and stuff, is certainly complicated and not as easy as making paintball hoppers. So that I'd be a little bit skeptical of, but I definitely want to see this thing. I'd like to try it. And it is just a patent. This doesn't really mean anything, right? I think one of the more maybe better known patent things that happened was when Planet Eclipse patented or got the copyright for LV2, and everyone got all excited because they were going to release the LV2, and it took 7 years to release the LV2. So even though these companies, like HK, get patents for stuff, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to come out with something. But I would like to see it. I would like to see something though. It's kind of cool. It kind of has the shape of the Sonic right there. It definitely looks like the Sonic. But I kind of found it interesting. They actually got this. They actually applied for the patent about 7 or 8 months ago. So it's not like a super new thing. It's possible some of you have already even seen this. What is the chat saying? Zobit. I feel like there's a spot in the front of the triad that is colored differently from the rest of the shell. Immediately thought that that would be a good spot for a camera. It kind of, I believe so. I think the triad is, but I don't know if it's a different color. It's kind of just a different finish. Because there's like a gloss and different like matte spots on there, so. How big would the loader be with the camera? That's kind of my one concern, right? Is that a camera's going to be kind of big, and I don't necessarily think they'd have to make the loader any bigger, right? I could see the same like kind of size shell as a 200 round hopper, but maybe hold like 125 or 150 paintballs. Because, you know, cameras aren't massive. You know, I use the GoPro Session. It's like, you know, that big. It's kind of small. So it'd probably take up the space of like, you know, 50 to 30 paintballs, really. It wouldn't have to be huge. But obviously there's a lot of like research and design and stuff that's going to go into manufacturing a camera. That's going to be difficult, I think. That's not, I think they're one hurdle, so who knows. How much would that hopper cost? You know, I don't know, Jonathan. I have no idea. You asked the same question about being big. I don't know. Probably expensive. I mean, you know, the new Control 2 is $230. So I don't know. That's very true. It'd probably be like $500, huh? Which is too much. I mean, I don't. Unless you can get image quality off it that's just as good as a GoPro, I don't think anyone would buy it. The image quality has to be just as good as a GoPro. And then also maybe make the camera modular. It'd be really cool if you could take the camera out and then it could attach to just random stuff. You know, you could put it on your mask or you could use it to film other things. So that'd be cool if you could, you know, make the thing modular and stuff. That'd be really cool. So it's possible. I mean, it'd definitely be an expensive product, but if it was just a paintball camera, that'd be hard. I think making it multi-purpose would probably be the better way to go. Who knows? How long have you played paintball? Ryan asked. I think you're talking to me. I don't know. Jesus Christ. 23 years. This should be like an old guy. I should have like an old guy sound effect or something like that. That's crazy. I always want to call out, we should definitely shout out the sponsor of these live streams and this channel, BFP Gear. BFP Gear are freaking awesome. They've helped, you know, since the very beginning, pretty much of these videos. So helping support them, you know, definitely helps support this channel. There's some links in the description. They've got a bunch of stuff. They got exclusive stuff. Maybe you could go get a Control 2. We just talked about. BFPgear.com. Flip hello from Norway. Yeah, 23 years I've been playing paintball. That's a long ass time, you know. I never thought I'd be playing paintball that long. I mean, shit, you know, when you're 18 years old, I don't think you think anything you're going to be doing for 25 years. I've been playing since 99. Yeah, that's a long time. That's 25 years. 25 years. It's so long. Ben, what'd you say? I'd be shocked if it was a proprietary camera versus a GoPro integration into the hopper. I know, that's my one. I know, but there's not really a camera that would fit, right? I mean, I think ideally it'd be great if it like slotted in the hopper, and it would make it considerably cheaper, right? I mean, they could sell the thing for, you know, normal price, like $250 or whatever, without a camera. You just to supply your own GoPro, which for sure would make more sense. I just worry about, like, you know, all my cameras are out there. I just worry about it being like kind of wide, you know, and at the front of the hopper, it might just be a little wide. Although they could put it further a little back. It doesn't have to be like all the way in the front, but then you're kind of taking up room that you should have for paint. Maybe you could flip the camera upside down and have it kind of stick out the top. I don't know. It probably would make more sense to have some sort of integration, though, too. Because a lot of people already have GoPros, too, you know? So, true. Ben? With that super chat, God, dude, I swear to God. Look at this. It's not working. It's all out of whack. Everything's all weird. We can't get through a live stream without some sort of problems. Thank you, sir. Super chats are freaking awesome. You're also a member on here, which is wonderful. I'm going to talk more about like some membership things we're going to do later. Speaking of BFP gear, tell them to restock the Dynasty hoodies in the fat boy sizes. I will. Been trying to get one for almost a year. Do this. Tell me, go to their website and in the chat, tell me what design you like. I'll be like, you know, there's been a few people asking to hint at like, maybe getting bigger sizes. It might not be up to them too, you know, because it is Dynasty stuff. So it's like, I don't know how that works. I know that obviously, maybe not obviously, but BFP Gear and Dynasty have a sponsorship partnership thing happening, and then Core or JT make that stuff, so I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'll say something for sure. I don't know when I'm going to talk to someone next. Probably pretty soon. I'll probably talk to someone in a couple days. Find the design you like. Those are some fancy words, fellas. Simple text in here talking about me, or someone like speaking like Russian. Or Polish, maybe Polish. I definitely can't. Or Norwegian. Peter says Flip's a fake Norwegian, so that's Norwegian. I definitely can't speak Norwegian, although I probably have a lot of Norwegian DNA ancestry, which, you know, I don't know if that means anything. HK Hopper, this is something I just really like. I always like this, you know, and I wish that I thought of a product that was this clever. The Tank Tool version 2 from Karl Markowski, h2kpaintball.com. They have their second version of their tank tool out. It's just really cool. I mean, this is going to be a very handy thing for a lot of people. Like if you're flying to tournaments or traveling for tournaments, flying, you know. These are awesome to have. And there's 2 new cool features. So, whew, just like the previous one, you still can bleed your tank. So what this thing really is you can kind of see the threads on there, right? At the very top, you thread that on, and you can bleed your tank, and then you can use that hole right there as leverage, and you can remove your tank regulator because you have to remove it for flying. So this is that tool to help you do that easier. So you can bleed it. It definitely has that hole on the side to give you a little bit of leverage. There's a tank O-ring spot. You can see that hex spot right there to remove a burst disc. There's threads on there for a burst disc. And then there are 2 new things you can see right there. That magnetic hex spot. So that you can put different, like, what the hell, bits. That's what I'm looking for. You can put different bits in there. It does come with 3 different bits. You're going to get a 5/32, which is the smaller stuff. So what guns use 5/32 for their reg? I don't know, whatever. And then you get the 8th size, which the 8th size is the most common size. And there's also a Phillips head that's included. And then there's that little like nubbin that pokes out the side that there was a clip of earlier that helps you open a box of paint, like right there. Or you could just use the side, or you can just friggin' smash the tape and break the tape. They're $47, $48, $47.99 over at H2K Paintball. There's a link in the description. Check them out. I mean, it's a very, very cool product. Made by, like I said, Karl Markowski, long-time paintball player. Karl's playing currently semi-pro, but I'm not sure who he's playing semi-pro with. I completely forgot. Someone let me know in the chat. Karl Markowski. Who is Karl Markowski playing for? Super cool. The H2K, like, cool tank tool thingy. Gentlemen, the NXL Atlantic City is coming. It's true. Why don't we just talk about the NXL Atlantic City too? We just move on to that. Let me know what's happening with Carl in the chat. Somebody, I know someone in here knows where and what's going on with Curl. NXL Atlantic City. So what happened at the Lone Star, the third paintball tournament of the year? Carl is playing for the newbies? Really? Okay, sounds good. Carl Markowski, newbies player. Yes. So, NXL Atlantic City. So if you guys are unaware, or most of you are probably aware, newbies? Okay, we got another newbies person. All right, newbies it is. NXL Lone Star. There was a huge, there were tornadoes and stuff and crazy weather. So they actually canceled the Pro Division on Sunday. And they're going to make the Pro Division up in Atlantic City coming up in mid-June here, just in a few weeks. And they're going to release the divisional layout on June the 12th. And then they're not really even sure still what they're going to do with that Pro Division, mainly because they had to cancel the Lone Star, so they have to play the Lone Star Open in Atlantic City, but then they still have to finish the Lone Star, or the Atlantic City tournament, in Atlantic City for the pros. So they're probably going to have a blind layout, which I don't really understand, but they've at least finally announced what they're going to do. They're going to release that divisional layout and then decide what to do later on. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. I just think they should release all the layouts. Ben says, thought they agreed to a blind layout for MAO, and yet they are showing off back lines? I don't know. I think it's just blind for... I think it's just blind for the pro teams, though. That's definitely what it seems like here, at least. They posted that yesterday or 2 days ago? I don't know. I don't know what that image is. It's probably, I mean, that layout is certainly not real. And that's definitely... Is that the Dallas layout? Or that's the... I mean, it's probably that same layout. Or that's the layout. That's Dallas layout. I'm all over the place. I don't know. Pro should have played like the rest of us. The swamp was legendary. Yeah, it didn't look so fun. I know that they probably could have, right? I feel like they might have had enough time. I think time was probably the biggest factor. I mean, at least it was probably the biggest factor for, like, you know, the league itself thinking about, like, how they're going to finish stuff and whatever. Because they had so many delays. They had, like, 3 different delays. Hey, Brad, I tried both paintball video games. Infinite Paintball and Paintballers. Both are fun, except nobody is playing Infinity Paintball? Is it Infinity? Yeah. Infinity, playing Infinity. Cool, we have paintball games in the works. Great for growing paintball. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think that... I don't know of a good way to grow paintball. I think that I do, but we're not going to do that, I don't think. You know, I think that, like, our focus on tournament paintball and focusing so much on, like, tournament paintball is really kind of the problem. I mean, I just don't think that a lot of people have fun playing tournament paintball, you know? I don't think that it's as fun as it should be. I think that more people probably have fun going out and just having fun with their friends. You know, just hanging out with a group of people, playing rec ball. That's what I at least have fun. I have more fun doing that than I ever have playing tournaments. Yeah. Lots of lightning. Yeah, we were at a Disney World one year for a tournament, and they canceled it because of lightning. Not canceled it, they just made us stop playing for like 3 or 4 hours, which, you know, makes sense. Jose says, can't grow it by playing video games. Have to get onto the field. That's true. You know, obviously, I think that they hope that people are going to play the game and then go play paintball. So I think that's kind of the news. It's kind of crazy how they're selling it for free, or they're not even selling it though. You know, paintballers, they're not even selling that. They're just giving it away. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how they're paying for it. I don't know if they have sponsors or what's going on. More mounds and more hyperball. Yeah, I don't know. I just seem to like You know, I definitely, when I started playing paintball, it was all about tournaments, and like I wanted to play tournaments and stuff like that, but I think that I just did because that's what you did, right? And I don't know. I don't know. It's just different for everyone else, you know. Everyone, I mean, some people want to play airball and speedball, and that's all they want to do. So it's just different. Who knows? Trump owns AC. I don't know if he owns AC. Well, he might. I was thinking of AC Diesel, but Atlantic City. I don't know. I don't keep up. I don't really keep too much track of the culture war. Ben, everyone's getting so aggro during tournaments, and I get it, but like, it's divisional paintball. Just calm down. That's exactly how I feel, dude. Like, I was at the field today, or Sunday, yesterday, and I don't know, just seeing a, 45-year-old, 44-year-old man yell at like a 12-year-old. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, I don't know. It was just kind of annoying. I was like, what the hell? Am I going to have to go out there and like do something about this? Like, I don't know. I didn't like that. It made me all mad at like tournaments and stuff. I don't know. It is weird because I don't really like playing them, but I certainly like, I don't mind watching, the NXL. Like, I watch the NXL all the time. Like, I choose to watch that, go sports stuff, so it's not like that bad. I don't know. Speaking of like tournament paintball guns, I just think this is really, 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 really cool. We talked kind of about these. They showed not actually these ones. This is a brand new gun from Planet Eclipse. This is the snake skin, made for Billy Bernaccia, and you can definitely see on there that it's that deep laser engraving like they did recently for two guns, the Hormesis ones, the Hormesis CS3s they just sold, and I really like this. I think the deep laser stuff is so cool. I mean, you can just get really, really, really creative. And Planet Eclipse is only going to be doing this deep laser on these bodies as well. So you can certainly see, if you look down the side of that thing, it's definitely a lot more chunky and like just bigger than the stock body. And it's like that because they don't want to laser too deep into the stock body, because the stock body has so much milling on it. They had to make these new streamlined bodies. They're a little bit fatter that are able to take all of that laser engraving. I really like it. I think they're super cool. There's some like pictures close up. I'm all about it. There's only going to be 30 of these things, and I don't know when they're going to be on sale. I don't really know. But I do know they were made for Billy Bernaccia, so they are going to be out there. But I definitely am curious to see, what teams do with these and how it kind of like turns out. I want to see some guys get hold of these that are good at anodizing and see if they can like fill in the negative space and try to anodize over the top of it, or what kind of just interesting things that we can make up. It's kind of cool to me. We got more Norwegians. Committed is dropping one of these this month with their own engraving. I imagine, I mean, they sell stuff all the time. I should get myself a custom Paintball Ruined My Life one. Although I can't afford to buy 30. So. The Adrenaline Idol is so sick with the milling. Yeah, I'm actually kind of like, I wasn't really that sure about it when I saw the like, the 3D renders and stuff like that, but it looks so much better. Like just the actual like bodies they've started to get in and show off. They do look, I think, quite a bit better than the milling made it look. I think the milling didn't really have the good dark shadows and stuff on the contrast and stuff. So these bodies, you can kind of see that like the contrast between those cuts a little better. Layered colors of the snakeskin effect would be super sick. I think it's possible, right? I do think it's possible. I think it'd be kind of difficult because you have to like fill in the negative space and then like anodize it and then strip it, and there's like a bunch of things you have to do, but it would be really cool. Looks super expensive. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, the Hormesis guns were only like, you know, $200 more. So at least they weren't selling them, you know, like $1,000 more. Certainly the laser engraver that does that is expensive. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's such a powerful laser. Well, I don't know. The laser's actually not that powerful because they go over it like multiple times. They're like, they go over like the same section and take off millimeters at a time. Man, that body with an actual snakeskin finish, that'd be really cool. I mean, yeah, they could do it. I'm pretty sure you could do it. So I'm curious what's going to happen in the future. Is the market crashing? The market is crashing. Ben, you are here. I was going to talk about member stuff. So we've talked for quite a while about... Well, we might as well do that. Let's just hit our member button. That's not what I wanted it to do, though. This is what I wanted it to do. So we've talked a long time about doing a push live stream, kind of like watch along kind of thing where we watch Push, the 2001? Or is 2000? 2000 paintball documentary. And there we go. In June, I want to try to do a members only one. So if you're a member here on YouTube, like if you're follow a link in the description, it's really easy to figure out memberships. But for all the members here on YouTube, you can actually see this video is up there right now for members only. I'm going to do a members only. I'm all lost. Push live stream. So we're going to kind of like just watch Push together. The one thing that I like doing it for members is because, I don't know, we can't really do it any other way, right? I feel that like, if we do it live like this, we either have to do it muted, or I think it just might get taken down because I have to play so much copywritten music. It has to be like unlisted and not visible to the public. So I think it would work very well for members. So if you want to be a member, if you want to watch that, definitely sign up for a membership. I'm not 100% sure on a date, but I'll definitely have it about 2 weeks ahead of time. I'll figure it out in the next couple of days. And then I'll have I'm trying to see my calendar, and then I'll have a date. So next Monday, I'll announce an actual date for that. Yep, memberships. You can get a bunch of stuff. Check them out. You can follow that link right there on the screen. Or a link in this description. Yeah. Facebook, not Facebook, that's not what I seem to say. A Push watch party, we're going to call it. I am so hot right now. Why won't my mouse move to the screen? There we go. All over the place. You guys speak in Norwegian. I don't know what the hell's going on. I need like to translate, but I don't know if I can do that like that right now. I don't know. Anyway, hit me with your questions. Who's got cool paintball questions I can answer? We also think there was also a rumor that the NXL is going to be filming, or the ESPN, I'm sorry. The ESPN is going to be filming Atlantic City, and they're going to put out a post-production video. Although I've not heard a lot about that, and I thought about reaching out to Tom Cole and asking Tom, but I don't think the deal's finalized yet, and I don't think that they'd want to talk about it, so I didn't even think about it. But it's very possible that we see, like, a post-production NXL ESPN paintball tournament. I'll be surprised. I think it's just a rumor right now, but I'll be shocked if it happens. We'll probably be on like ESPN Ocho. Who knows? What are you guys talking about? What would Porter say? Yeah, I don't Will I be in Atlantic City? I definitely will not be in Atlantic City. Yeah, there's just no reason for me to go there. I mean, I'd like to go and hang out, but that's like a hell of a trip to just hang out for me. Unpopular opinion: CS2 is better than CS3. Do you agree? Why or why not? No, I don't think it's better, but like I think it might shoot better. No, I don't think it shoots better. I think the CS3 shoots a little bit better. Plus, I prefer the ergonomics. Like, I like the ergonomics of the thing quite a bit more. I think that the trigger frame on the CS3 feels better. But I mean, essentially, they're the same guns. It's not like they're that much different. You know, there's little marginal improvements to the CS3, like, that I can't even think about right now, because I don't really use those guns that much. So I'm not, like, taking them apart or messing them with all that much. I don't know. I've never owned a CS3, though. Ben, the coaches show keeps hyping some news coming, so that might be legit. I think, right? But I don't think that there's like a deal signed, right? Like I don't think it's been finalized yet, so I don't think that they're talking about it, right? Because there's nothing to say, right? It's just like, this might maybe happen. And I understand like Tom or, you know, Ghost Sports people or whoever, you know, not wanting to really like be like, this might happen, you know, that's kind of lame. Wait until you have like concrete, like something to say, you know. I don't know though. We'll find out. 2-Bit, good evening. What HK loader are you going to be talking about? I talked about it a long time ago. You got to go back to like the very first 2 minutes. I just found like a patent. An HK patent. We'll actually look at the patent. Why not? We didn't actually open the window. I don't know why my freaking browser is not like opening the right windows. This right here. Oh, that's right. I was searching for paintball stuff and it came up. So all the paintball stuff's gonna be in there. Yep. This one right here. Well, can't really go full screen. but it's supposed to have like a camera in the front, apparently. You put like a camera or something in there. Seen that one. That's like the UV hopper one, which is interesting. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. There's you can go back and watch that. There's definitely an echo. Sorry, guys. There's not an echo anymore. I don't know what happened. I hit the wrong button. I don't know what I was saying, though. Yep. There's a camera in there. Because they don't need ESPN. Ghost Sports just needs to show the tournament all day long. What do you mean? I mean, they kind of do on Ghost Sports. They just don't do it like free on like Facebook and YouTube all day long. I do think that that's better though, right? I mean, like, we can like, it's so like, there's so many weird sports that are like free on YouTube all the time. You know, like, I was watching Red Bull cliff diving earlier, and you know, you can watch like skateboarding tournaments or contests. There's, you know, pickleball, and like there's all kinds of like random ass sports on like YouTube. So I think that is certainly one good way to grow paintball, is to try to have those tournaments on all day long. But at the same time, you know, it's very hard for Ghost Sports because they gotta somehow make money, you know. So they kind of have to put that behind a paywall to try to make some money off it. But for sure, if it could be free, like all the time, I mean, it'd be perfect. So, because someone's got to pay for it, you know. It's like the other day they got to pay, like, you know, they got to pay the announcers, they got to pay like $8 10 cameramen. They got to pay like all the people that set up and tear down and like all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of money. It's got to come from somewhere. I wish that it would come from the industry, but that's difficult. I mean, lots of small sports, it's difficult for the industry to pay for that kind of stuff. You certainly need to start finding like outside sponsors and stuff like that. You know, I was thinking about rock climbing earlier, and there's a handful of rock climbing channels that I watch, and none of them have outside sponsors at all. Or none of them have in-industry sponsors, right? None of them have like sponsors from the industry. It's all mostly outside sponsors because it's so hard to get sponsors inside the industry. And that's same for me. You know, that's why you don't really see sponsors on this channel ever. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, I'd like to find some, you know, sponsors for stuff. So if you're a paintball company out there and you're looking for Randy, cornhole. If you're looking for something, Nate, I don't like the way your thing shows up. Congratulations, father. Nate's a brand new dad. Congratulations. Damn, what was I talking about? I don't like the way your thing shows up in this chat, though, Nate. That's disappointing. We gotta go fix that. What the hell was I talking about? I don't know. I got so excited about Nate. Nutty Geek, what'd you say? What should my next marker be? I currently have an Empire X 2.0. I'm looking for an LV2 or Team 40. Do you have any recommendations? I'm looking to spend $1,000. I mean, if you're at $1,000 and you're looking at those two guns, I would assume that they're going to be used. And when we start talking about used guns, it gets really difficult because there's so many options, you know? I don't know if I had like, what like high-end gun would I buy? Little Eliza was born Saturday. So crazy. So crazy. So $1,500 you say. I want to say Natty Geek. I see your name. I mean, you can really do whatever you want, you know? I mean, at that price, it's like, but I don't know, like, if it were me and I could buy any high-end gun right now, I don't know. I really, really like the LV2, but my one problem with the LV2 is even for me, the guy who wants the biggest guns possible all the time, it's a little big. Like, it's just, like, big in my hands. So it's like, man, I really would like an LV2. I also always keep like thinking about Luxes more, you know, I've never liked a Lux. Like, so it's crazy for me to think that. Like, I was like, you know, I never would have got a 1.0. I never would have got the OLED or 2.0 or whatever. But as soon as they started the Lux X, I kind of started to like those guns more. So I kind of even lead toward an Idol, but I don't know if I trust them fully yet, and I don't really like the way they feel. I think if I was doing it, it probably just would be the CS3. Yep. I mean, CS3 or CS2, yeah, for me, you know, mainly because of ergonomics and reliability. I mean, those are my big two things. I mean, we're at the point now where a lot of these guns are reliable, whether it's, you know, the DSR Plus, you get a 180R, you get a CS3, whatever, the Force, all these guns are pretty reliable. They're all just about the same. So for me, it comes down to just how they feel in my hands, and I gotta go with that. Chris Williams with the 19.99 super chat. That's right, we can like super chats and stuff now. Chris, thank you, sir. A consistent supporter of Paintball Ruin My Life experience. LV2 needs to shrink the grip just a touch, kind of blocky. Yeah, I hear you. That's like my one, like, kind of complaint. I don't know. I'd struggle if I was to buy a high-end gun right now to choose. It would be kind of hard for me. Yep. But honestly, if I was to buy an electric gun, if I was to start playing tournaments, right? If I needed an electric gun, because I don't really own an electric gun right now. I don't have anything electric. I have... Technically I do, but, you know, nothing that works. I just use the EMAC all the time. But if I needed an electric gun, I like the way that EMAC feels so much in my hands that I would probably get an Ether 3. I love the Ether 3. I mean, the ergonomics of the thing are fantastic. It shoots just as well as any paintball gun out for the most part. I mean, the DSR Plus is just ridiculously quiet and smooth and stuff, but I really, really like the way that the Ether 3 feels. I think it's fantastic. So I might even just buy that. But I'm trying to figure out why my computer is going batshit. This computer, I don't know, guys. Someday we're going to have to buy a new computer. Natty, so a lot of y'all really like the Era. I don't dislike the Era. My one problem is just how it feels in my hands. I just don't like the way it feels. It's just so goddamn small. I mean, it's still bigger than the other guns. Bigger than any of the other, like, newer shockers. But it's just so small still. It just feels kind of wacky in my hands. Super Goat says, all Eclipse markers we're going to go now are bulky frames. I hate it. The idle feels great, but Dye's frame still is the best. Yeah, I also really like the DSR. Dude, I don't know. I just really like the Ether 3. I really do. Thought on the Force version 2 shot quality. Technically, I haven't shot a version 2 gun yet. I've shot a handful of those of the Forces though, and from my experience, they all kind of shoot a little bit different. You know, I've shot guns that are quite a bit kicky and louder, and then I've shot guns that are smoother. So I don't think that I've seen like a consistent all these guns shoot like this yet to happen though. I like the Force 2. I really like how those guns just feel. I like how they're all like metal and stuff like that, so that's cool. Jose says, Ryan, you have shack hands. Where's Ryan? Who's Ryan? Is Ryan the nutty professor? RB, I wish someone would make a modern mech that has a slider. I hate slider frames. I can't stand them. You know, they kind of did it. You know, you could have gotten the G-Tech, the Planet Eclipse G-Tech. They made the mechanical frame for those. There was a slider frame, just like a cocker. But, I mean, for me, I can shoot the, like, hinge frame, that, like, pivoting frame way easier than I can the slider frame. I think the slider frame, that's, like, the only mechanical gun that I know of that's not a cocker or something weird from, you know, 40 years ago. And that's the slider. It's the only one I know, the G-Mech. Yeah, for sure. It is very like that. I was kind of thinking that too. That's the main reason I probably didn't like it. Not because of slop. It was really stiff and kind of long and just kind of like you really had to like pull it, you know? It was just not, it wasn't the greatest. I also think it's a lot easier just for them to manufacture the like pivoting frame, the pivoting trigger. It's just a little bit simpler design, you know? I mean, a lot of probably old like cocker guys probably feel the same way though, for sure. I just never really shot a cocker that much, so I never really got on that sliderish stuff. It's funny that the Field 1 guys at Dynasty swap out the stock foregrip for the aftermarket ones that look and probably feel way better. I did kind of notice that. I was watching something recently, and I saw that, I forget that company that makes that like 3D printed one that's got like that like angle on the bottom or whatever. It's shaped a little different on the bottom. But dude, I don't know. My computer's just going batshit right now. A lot of them also put like those like rubber grips over them too, so it just looks different. It might not be a different foregrip. It's just got like a rubber grip over it. Man. Yeah, I am a Cogger guy, so there's that. And of course, if you want a slider frame, you've got to be. There's no other. Oh, there you go. The Zukari. How the heck do you say that? Uzarki, the Azariki grip or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that looks right. Something like there. Ben Lawton again, dude. Thank you. Although I don't know why I'm this computer's so freaking laggy, dude. Killing me. I don't know why this. I hate the way that looks. Friendly reminder for fellow bald players, it's officially time to use sunscreen if you aren't already wearing headgear. Shout out to the G1 beanie. Did you buy one? They're really cool. I like them. I meant to have promo codes and stuff ready, but I don't. Whatever. This new Monday thing got me all whacked out. G1 beanie. I really do like that G1 stuff. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's all made really well. You know, I was really kind of shocked when I got that thing. I was kind of expecting it to just be kind of cheaper and whatever, but they're made really, really well. I'm kind of like, you know, I was kind of surprised how well they're made. Have you talked about the CS1 single trigger frame yet? Nope. Let's do it. There's not a lot to say though, you know. Not that one. Not that one. That one. And I just have a few pictures of this. So Planet Eclipse released their single trigger electronic frame for... Do I even have notes on this? I probably don't need notes on this. I do have notes on this. Do I need the notes on this? Don't need the notes on this. Single trigger frames, $150 for your CS3. So they also have another single trigger frame that's $400. That's mechanical. Although they are different. Obviously, you can put your electronics in this and use regular electronics, you know, just with the single trigger. But this doesn't come with anything. It's literally a bare frame. Well, there's, you know, you get the trigger and there's like a, you know, the trigger's screw and stuff like that. But you're not getting grips. You're not getting any screws. You're not getting any regulator pieces, so you have to put all of your electronic stuff in there. Unlike the mechanical frame, that's kind of why there's just that huge price difference. You know, I mean, the mechanical frame's $250 more, but you're getting grips and the foregrip, and you're getting, not the foregrip, you are getting the foregrip. You get the rear grips, you get a whole entire regulator, you get a pops on off, so it's completely done, where these are not. And yeah, it's just a single trigger frame. I don't know how many there's going to be though. These are definitely going to be limited. So the mechanical frame, they're going to, you know, make throughout the life of the gun, I assume. And these are not. These might be just a very limited run. So if you want one of these, I would highly suggest tracking one down. Maybe you could head over to bfpgear.com. Order one, maybe put a pre-order, because I don't think they have them yet, but they will very, very soon. The single trigger for your CS3. For me, you know, I don't, this doesn't make any sense. I don't quite understand. I think that if I'm going to use an electric gun, it's just going to have double trigger, because, I don't know, that's kind of the point of it for me. If I'm going to use a single trigger gun, I'm probably just going to use the mechanical one. But I definitely know there's some of you out there. There's guys that are using the DSR Plus with that single trigger. That's kind of why this probably came out, because they've got the DSR Plus was selling kind of good, or people are using it, I should say. The Planet Eclipse CS3 single trigger head frame. Next headroom lag. Yeah, Randy. Am I a little bit? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's like 400 things running at a time on the computer. That's sort of the problem. Although it says I have no dropped frames, which is good. Brad's computer is trying to commit live stream suicide, I think. Gonna need a new one sooner than later. We'll find out. Because sometimes it's perfectly fine, you know? Like right now, it's fine. And then every once in a while, I don't know. Love the G1. Body recommendation, Porter says. Good. They're pretty cool. Benjamin Nelson. I personally run the stock grip on the Force with the LiPo battery, and then I have like a fishing rod shrink wrap grip over the front. Yep, that'll work. Tennis racket ones also work really well. You can buy like those big long tennis racket ones. Or fishing rod. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Maybe the tennis one's a little bigger, so it'll go on easier. I don't know. Also, with the single trigger egg points, yeah, you know, we'll try to be cool. Goddamn computers, guys. I was looking at Mac Minis the other day, and they were like, I think it was the one I wanted was 1,500 when it was all built, and I'm like, dude, I just don't want to spend $1,500 on a goddamn computer. I'm thinking. I think it's just because I try to do so much stuff. I bet if I like, I don't know. The hard part is that like, I can't like test this stuff because it's like, I don't know, I gotta like stream for an hour and then it starts getting weird. I don't know. Anyway. Anus is selling a brand new TM40 for $1,200. I might buy it. 12's right. Yeah, that's the right price. Right? I mean, they were at what? 16 and then they dropped to 14. They were at 1,400 for a while, I believe. Or 13? Were they 12? I don't know. Friggin' pricing on stuff. I'm hoping the idle mechanical frame can house the electronics as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never even thought about that. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be like surprised if they did, but I also wouldn't be unsurprised. Or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Man, some brains. M4's coming. I hope so. I would love the die M4. Should make everyone dump their max. Should make everyone dump early max cheaper. Yeah, I think that the Mini, at least the Mini's only on the M2. I think you can get an M2 for the Mini. Right now, I think that's like the fastest thing they make. I don't know. So maybe that's true. Wait for the M4 to come out and then the M2, because the M2's like 60% faster than the M1. And then, you know, I think one of the big problems is I don't have enough RAM. I think if I had more RAM, it'd be better. But I'd never like, it doesn't ever like give me problems, you know. I'm never like, it's never like, hey buddy, you need some more RAMers. Oh, the problem is I have 8 browsers running and fucking 400 things happening. Nate! Here's the new Mac Mini fund. That's probably going to go to my pay registration fund. But I will still use it. Here's the new Mac Mini fund. Also, when's the push watch party? I kind of talked about that. I'm going to have, on Monday, I will have a date planned. So next Monday, this coming live stream, I'll have a date. The goal is going to be the middle, probably, of June, though. So let's Dude, I got this teleprompter like block. The teleprompter like blocks like a 20% of my monitor. Let's look at the actual calendar here. Okay, June 3rd is this coming Monday. Probably like the 20th. Probably the 20th. Why is my paintball stuff not on here? There it is. So NXL, so MAO, this weekend is the ICPL in Texas. Then NXL is the 21st through the 23rd. Maybe it's actually on a Thursday. Are they going to play Thursday for the pros? They'll probably play Thursday for the pros. So they're probably going to be like the 20th through the 23rd. So probably the 19th or the 20th. I'll have that 100% ironed out then. Oh shit, that's right. I gotta contact Alex Frigi. I was gonna try to figure out when Dynasty practices, and I really would like to go film Dynasty practicing and try to make something at one of their practices. But I would also need to borrow camera equipment or like rent camera equipment. So, you know, if you're out there and you got a 400 or 300 prime for a Sony E-mount body, let me know. I mean, it could be PL also. Getting choppy. Dude, I don't know what the fucking... I'm gonna throw this thing out the window. Just don't do anything. If I don't do anything... I bet if I stop recording, everything's perfect. Bank. Let's stop recording really fast and see what happens. We're stopping recording. I gotta record because I want to make like clips out of all these and stuff. So I don't know. 2-bit, what are you saying? In my opinion... Phone died. What? In my opinion, phone died, but yeah, I own Planet Eclipse, EMAC, Ether 3, Ether 3M, Tim and Cronus, 98, CVO, Era, Planet Eclipse, Ether 3 is highly underrated for a marker. Totally agree. 100%. So we stopped recording. Are we here? Are you guys, can you guys see me or not? Everything's like so slow. I don't know. Are you guys here? Are you guys here? Can you see me? Let me know if you even actually see me. Am I here? What's happening? Let me know if you can even see me. It's like, we're receiving, like, it still says it's messing up though. Golly. Are we good? Now, see, now the CPU is working at a quarter, it's working at 25% now. And it was just like 100% like a little bit ago. It's going to go back to 100. Well, I've closed everything though. There's no teleprompter. There's all the monitors are turned off. No more prompter. So now I gotta stare in the distance. I don't know. Who knows? Let's pop this chat out so I can actually see what the hell's going on. For the old 20 of you that are still here that stuck it out. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, I don't have, like, any of these, like, OBS settings. Like, everything's on, like, you know, should be going fast. I don't have any, like, crazy settings or anything. I mean, I could turn off the noise filter, but then you're gonna hear the fan blowing on me, which isn't really that bad, but that doesn't really cost too much usage. Anyway, how is everybody? Who's playing paintball this weekend? I went to the paintball field Sunday and we had like a barbecue. Did all kinds of shit. Ribs, bratwursts, egg rolls. Someone made a big ass thing of spaghetti. We had nachos, pulled pork nachos. Jeez, all kinds of stuff. I had some Hennessy. Not a Corona. Had a what am I trying to say? Modelo? I had a Modelo. There we go. It was all right. I didn't play paintball though. You know, on my knee. I've talked about my knee forever. I kind of talked about my MRI I got earlier. Oh, my light fell over. I kind of talked about that. And it's okay. My knee's okay. So I don't have like any big damage to my knee. But it still kind of hurts. You know, it definitely hurts. So I don't want to play paintball. I want to like go through all my physical therapy routine they gave me. And then hopefully start playing more. So, yep. Hitting the Henny and the beer sounds good as fuck right now. You know, I can't drink. I mean, I can't do it. I didn't really I just had like a little swig of Hennessy. It wasn't like, you know, I'm not out there getting like hammered at the paintball field. I just can't do it. I mean, I get so hungover. It's fucking crazy, man. Crazy. You missed it, Nate. You would have missed it anyway. I didn't really know they were even doing it until Saturday night when Mark was like, come to the field. And I was like, oh, okay. I just can't drink. Yeah, I get hangovers so bad. I get so dehydrated just in normal life. Like, I get hangovers from not drinking alcohol. So when I drink, it's like over. Like, even 2 beers. I have 2 beers and it'll give me a goddamn hangover. I gotta be like on it with the hydration. It's fucking ridiculous. Ben's playing on Wednesday for a league night and probably Saturday. Dude, playing on Wednesday nights is so cool. It reminds me of going to tournaments. You know, we go to a tournament and you're like, damn, we're playing paintball on Friday. It just feels so weird. You're like, the novelty of it is just fun in itself. I found out about a new paintball field, a field that's not new, but someone has a personal field around here. That's like maybe like an hour and a half away. They have their own airball field on turf with a compressor and like all kinds of stuff, apparently. It's new to me. Physical therapy, throwing around a 200-pound chick on a sofa for an hour. Are you like roughing her up or are you giving her the business? Well, that could all be the same thing. You guys can choose. The USXBL. Stay on top of it. Back in my early 20s, I used to play Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, we used to be able to play like Friday nights and stuff around here and stuff, but there's nowhere that's like open during the nights anymore or during the week. I've only done one league night, but it kicked ass. Ditching work right at 4 to play until it gets dark out, yeah, for sure. It's just kind of cool. It's just like, it's just neat. I mean, you know, especially playing at that time of the day, if it's not like, you know, unfortunately here in the summertime, when it's late or, you know, light outside until 9 o'clock, some of those days it's like 105 degrees. So it's not always that fun. Yep. Wait, someone has a plush outlaw field? Apparently. I mean, I don't know. Apparently there's 2 teams that always play out there that, I mean, I know some of the guys on the team, but I haven't really talked to them in a while, but, yeah. Friday nights at fairgrounds. I thought Micah tried to resurrect that in Davis at some point. Fairgrounds. I mean, I used to drive down to fairgrounds and play on, I don't know if it was Friday nights or Wednesday nights or something like that. And then fairgrounds closed, and then Micah actually tried to bring it back again. But this was like, maybe like 2011 or something like that. Like, it'd been closed for like 5 years. I don't think he's tried anything at night at Davis. I know that I've kind of been like pushing for Capital Edge here in Sacramento. I've been pushing for Capital Edge to get lights, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yep. Fairgrounds in Vallejo. Yep. I used to drive down there and from work. I remember playing at like the 2 main areas they had. They had like that. It was still covered, but it was like, you know, kind of more outside. It was on like wood chips or some shit like that. The like airball field was on like wood chips, or maybe not. But then there was the indoor. There was indoor on the hyperball field, and the fucking roof was only like 8 feet tall. So it was just like, it's just crazy. Crazy. So did Crandall owned it? I know, I didn't think Micah was the original owner. I couldn't really remember. So Crandall owned it and sold it to Micah, and then it closed. Then he tried it again in Vallejo. Then he tried again in Vallejo, but Davis. Well, Davis has been open for a long ass time. Davis has been open for, I think, 15 years or something like that. I know that Micah tried to bring Fairgrounds back after it closed. I know that much for sure. I remember that. I tried to buy Davis Paintball from Micah. Lights are just so expensive. The field me near does Thursday nights until dusk, but I don't think they could afford full light kits. I don't think lights are that expensive anymore. I think lights 5 or 6 years ago were expensive. But now, I mean, I think you can just buy a bunch of LED strips. Like, you can buy strips of LED and just string them across the field, and you don't even need any, like, generator or anything. I mean, you just gotta somehow link them all up and then plug them into batteries. You know, I don't even think you need, like, you don't really need tons of infrastructure like you used to. I mean, you know, back in the day, it was like, oh, we got to get big floodlights and, like, put those big-ass baseball stadium lights up. You know, it's like, I don't know, like, Paintball Fit does it. It's not like, you know, $20. I mean, it's going to cost you a couple $1,000s maybe, but it's not like, you know, super, super crazy. I think anyway. I mean, I haven't obviously, like, full-on, like, measured it all out and figured it out, but I can't imagine it's too much, you know, like, I don't know. I bought that kind of LED strip that would probably work, and it's not like insane amounts of money. But it's obviously money that you got to invest, and there's not a lot of paintball. You know, paintball's not the most, you know, profitable thing ever. Yep. Proud. Yep, there was that hype. There was some hype in the late 2000s for expansion. Remember when Podesta had the indoor in Petaluma? For sure. I was talking to someone about that earlier. I don't really remember that. It was like yesterday we were talking about that, about because there was like Playland. There was like Playland over like somewhere in like the North Bay. And then there was another one. I don't know. I got so confused. I think that there's still the field there. Because 31st Outfitters is still there. I don't know. Look. I didn't really know that well what was happening over there anyway. Because it was so far. Like, it's like 2 hours away. It's like, I'm not driving that far. There's enough good fields around here anyway. Ben, you need a decent foot candle level for sure. Which is just exposed LEDs probably won't get you. Some 4-foot strip fixtures with 40 lumen output. I think that is 40,000 lumen output every 10 feet. Row would work. Something I can't read. Sorry, your typing's fine. I'm just an idiot. For sure. I still don't think it'd be much money though, right? It's still not like tons of money. 4,000 lumens. It's like, I don't know how much that is. Is it this bright? This light gets really bright. Look at this. Look at that. It's like that bright. Podesta could have made way more money at Playland if they'd just been airsoft. I thought they kind of did airsoft, or just airsoft. There was a second outdoor field at Petaluma Fairgrounds. That might be what I'm thinking about. Yeah, that sounds right. Because I remember it being in like a horse ring or something. Like a horse thing. It's kind of like the Folsom Rodeo was around here. I gotta turn this light down. That good? I have no idea how bright, what the level was. About 800 lumens. That's way more than 800 then. I don't know. I mean, our phones can probably tell you. We might have like a thing on our phone that could like tell you how bright stuff is, but. What's Jose's dream? Where'd he go? What's Jose's dream? Don't worry, boys. When I hit the lottery, I will open a badass paintball field, the most badass paintball field in the country. It will be in Pennsylvania, which is not that great. I'm talking about food, beers, and paintball. But it's in Pennsylvania. It's gotta be in Malibu. Although no one would go, because it's Malibu. So Pennsylvania would probably be better. Grow lights wake you up? I should get my sad light. This is what I wake up to in the morning in the winter. I put this on a desk. Like, I need my light. I'm so used to the sunlight around here. Like it's just bright sun every day all the time. That if it's gloomy outside, if it's like 3 days of clouds, I get like sad and depressed. I hate it so much. I hate it. What's better, Shocker Era, DSR Plus, 180R? Well, I would probably say DSR Plus or the 180R. And I don't know which one I would choose. I think that the DSR Plus is like the quietest. I forgot I had my smoke on. The DSR Plus is like the quietest, smoothest shooting gun that I've ever shot. But I also think that like the 180R is, you know, one of the best guns you can buy. So I'm certainly torn between those two. So I don't even know. Ben, probably looking at 100 fixtures for field. Yeah, maybe more. Like if you put like 4 of them across, like if they're 4 feet by 4 feet, you put them every like 4 feet. Because Paintball Fit has like, it looks like they have 4-foot sections that are like 4 feet. Then they skip 4 feet and they put one like every 4 feet. Probably 100 fixtures for the field, probably. Get them for a vendor cost for like $5,000 plus rigid conduct and wire out there. Labor is probably the same. Do you need rigid? See, I'm talking about doing this cheap. We're not getting rigid conduit. Yeah, that's fair though. You do have to have someone install it. But I think about like that stuff and I'm like, bitch, I'm installing it. I'm like, I'm the ghetto paintball store field owner. I'm doing everything. But one of the things that's good about electrical work is it's paintball. So there's 400 electricians that are out at the paintball field. So maybe like 10 grand. That starts to get a little bit more. That starts to get a little bit too much money though. I don't know. 10 grand's probably pushing too much. God, that's so cheap though, man. Because it's perfectly lit. I mean, you look at Paintball Fit and it's like perfectly lit. And it's like, you never, like back in the day that it cost you, you know, 15 years ago, that would have been $250,000 to $1 million. You know? And you'd have to have like crazy breaker installed that have to do like all this crazy electrical work. Huh. Indoor for sure. That would be great. It's cold as fucking Pennsylvania, I presume. Harbor Freight. Old Soul, that's what I'm saying. Harbor Freight, $18 LEDs, and daisy chain linked to a 5-foot extension cord. That's what I would do. And then it probably wouldn't work, and, you know. Oh, you were an electrician. Yeah, I kind of talked to Dave about it. Dave Baines owns the field, and he was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I mean, the part that sucks is it's like, it's just so hot here. But it's hot as shit in Texas, too. I mean, it's hot as shit in Dallas. I mean, Dallas is a goddamn nightmare. I mean, they got all that humidity out there, which is... Yeah, Verbal's videos are like, at Paintball Fit, they look like the daytime. Like... Sometimes it's like, man, that lighting looks crazy. And I'm like, oh, it's the daytime. Like, I would love to play in that, like, perfect lighting like that. Dave Schwinning, the cheater board video is awesome. I appreciate it, you know? Fuck, dude. I did so much research on that video. And I also uploaded the wrong one to YouTube. I don't even know why I uploaded it. Like, I've been working on that video for so long. In my mind, I was like, it's done. And then I put it up for all the members, and it's totally not done. There's a spot where I didn't fix the color right, and then there's a spot where I totally just didn't add anything. And there's just a blank spot for like 30 seconds where it's just me talking. And I don't know. So I'm gonna actually upload the real one tomorrow, and that will be online. But I did way too much research for that, and I spent way too much time on that. That actually came out to be, I think the video came out to be about 14 minutes, just under 14 minutes. But before I started editing it, like, I make the script, and then I read the script, and then I put it all into the editor, and then I just cut all the bad stuff out to make the original script, right? Like, I take out my mistakes or the dead space and stuff like that. And it was like 23 minutes long. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is way too long. So I had to like cut it down and chop it all up, and it was a bunch of research. I mean, it was too much research. It's really the first video that I've done where I had to like do a bunch of research and like look stuff up before I wrote about it, because I wanted to make sure I had it all in my mind kind of before I started writing. And it was way too much. I had like way too much information. Yeah. So, but I got an idea, so I can try to like, hopefully it works out and people click the actual video and watch. So you can tell there was a lot of research. It was kind of crazy. The black spot. I figured it was the podcast version. Oh. Yeah, I was just working on it for so long, and there's one spot that I needed to film, which I filmed yesterday, and I'd just been working on it for so long that I just kind of forgot that I needed to get that one clip. I was like, I got everything I need, except for that one thing. And then I was watching it back too, and I forgot I'd like screwed up some other places too, so you know. Hollister. No one wants to drive south to Hollister. Even dudes in the 408. I don't even know where the 408's at. Played on a field last year, and you really can't tell the difference between day and night at Paintball Fit. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean, it's probably almost better than daytime. Because the light is so even. You know, the light is so even everywhere. There's not like weird glares and stuff happening. What's up, fam? I always bought Marbleizer. Never had a problem with it. Mm-hmm. They haven't made Marbleizer in a while, right? I don't even know. I used to borrow my Marbleizer when I was a little boy. Back in the day. Ah, the 408 is... I'm in the 916. 95608. That's my area code too. I really want to know where I'm at. 95608. Some of you have probably seen me walking the streets. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here. Guys, come back Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll have more paintball news to talk about. We will have a push watch party time announcement or whatever it's going to be called. Come back then. Unless anyone has any burning questions for me. Ooh, enable DVR mode. Where'd the chat go? I completely disappeared. Okay, anyway, all right, we're going. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. You know, it's only Monday. Hopefully you enjoy the rest. I got 4 days I can work in a row. I like that. Good name for a team would be the 4-0 Hate Crew. Yeah, okay. It's a little thinker though. Big bank fids. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy Monday, and